The Mickey Mouse Club manages to fiend off activist investor Nelson Peltz from getting on the Disney board. Disney CEO Bob Iger is no doubt rejoicing because he made a very shocking announcement.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, check out my locals page. The link is in the description. All right. It is sad but true, but it seems that Disney managed to fiend off activist investor Nelson Peltz. He was trying to take over a seat on the Disney board of directors. Now, he was also trying to get an ally of his on as well. He certainly thought he had enough stock, but Disney did manage to keep him off. And so it's back to just being a band of Bob Iger lackeys. And it looks like woke is going to be around for a while at the Mickey Mouse Club. All right, so this is according to thatparkplace.com. A new report claims that the Walt Disney Company and its board defeated Nelson Peltz and is trying fund management following a heated and contentious proxy battle. Reuters' Sive Herbst Bayless and Greg Romeliatis report Walt Disney Company has secured enough shareholder votes to defeat a challenge against its board mounted by Nelson Peltz's hedge fund Tryon Fund Management. People familiar with the matter said on Tuesday. The duo added, enough votes have been cast as of Tuesday evening to put Disney's board directors safely ahead of Tryon's two challengers, Peltz and former Disney CFO Jay Risulu, the sources said. This is the latest leak concerning the shareholder votes ahead of the company's annual meeting that is set to take place on later today. I know I'm a day behind on April 3rd. All right, so however, there's a plot twist to this. So as you can see, this article is a day old from the recording of this video. So how did we know? Well, apparently there are accusations that the board behind Disney, they leaked the information that Peltz was losing. And a conspiracy theory is kind of out there because maybe shareholders who are on the fence, they don't really like what Iger is doing. On the other hand, Peltz is an outsider, so they're like, "Oh, what do we do?" And then this leak probably prompted them, "Oh, well, if Bob Iger is winning, I'm just going to go ahead and vote for Iger." So that is a possibility. Again, according to thatparkplace.com, billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, who is the CEO of Pershing Square Capital Management, accused the Walt Disney Company of leaking shareholder votes amidst the company's contentious proxy battle against Nelson Peltz. Not only did he accuse the company of leaking shareholder votes, but he also called for an SEC investigation into the matter. So this would actually be two investigations against Disney. One has been filed by America First Legal, and then now this one. Ackman expressed his thoughts on X following two reports in the Wall Street Journal regarding the shareholder vote. First, at the end of March, the Wall Street Journal's Sarah Krause, Robbie Whalen, and Lauren Thomas reported that Nelson Peltz had taken the lead in the vote with just 22% of shares cast. The trio reported among those who have already cast their votes, Peltz leads Disney director Maria Elena Lagomasino, while Rasulu, the other name on the Tryon slate, has so far failed to gain much of a foothold with shareholders, these people said. A Disney spokesperson responded to this report, telling the outlet that leaking the vote count was a highly inappropriate attempt to sway votes. So basically, what happened was BlackRock just swooped in and really backed Iger and his lackeys. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, I've talked about BlackRock before. They are basically a James Bond villain organization. They are way behind the sort of push for diversity, equity, and inclusion, or in other words, woke. They are trying to push all of these policies that puts polemic over storytelling and infuse it with Marxist ideology. One of their executives was the one caught on camera saying, "We have to change the way people think because people like you are stupid." He didn't say that. I'm obviously paraphrasing, but basically, we have to change the way people think because people don't want to change. And he means you. He means you are too stupid to get up with what these elites are doing. And if you're wondering what BlackRock does, basically they buy up money or buy up property to get money, and all kinds of other ridiculous things. They're the ones who are buying up a bunch of housing and skyrocketing the rent. They're the ones behind all that, and they are a big supporter of inserting sort of the inclusivity nonsense into Disney. Now, when I say inclusivity nonsense, you might be going, but wait, isn't being inclusive a good thing? Not when it's forced. Being inclusive needs to happen naturally, organically, because people are people, and sometimes people need to learn. But when you shove it in their face, when the messaging becomes the overarching theme instead of the actual storytelling, it becomes a problem. It's very, very ridiculous. And the fact that they would do this. Now, what's funny is there's a kind of a twist. So when that was announced that Iger and his lackeys had managed to secure their places back on the board, and they kept off Peltz and Rasulu, what had happened was Disney stocks dropped. And I'm going to put the screen capture right here on the screen because it is astonishing. So now this is according to piratesandprincesses.net. Disney has won its proxy battle against Nelson Peltz and Tryon, but may have lost the war. Almost immediately after it was announced that the current Disney board would remain intact during their 2024 annual meeting of shareholders webcast, Diz stock began dropping. It would appear that the recent spike in Disney's stock price might have been due in part to shareholders anticipating change at the House of Mouse. I want to thank our shareholders for their trust and confidence in our board and management. With the distracting proxy contest now behind us, we're eager to focus 100% of our attention on our most important priorities: growth and value creation for our shareholders and creative excellence for our consumers. It has been reported that Disney spent nearly $40 million trying to fend off Tryon and Blackwells, who alleged that Disney has lost its way in recent years and failed its shareholders. Wow. Wow, that's incredible that they are so desperate to hang on to that power, that woke infiltration, that they would go to such lengths to keep someone who wants change, despite loss after loss after at the box office. It's ridiculous. Now, shortly after it was announced that Bob Iger and his lackeys retained control of the Disney board, they made an announcement for Marvel Studios. Now, we all know that the Fantastic Four is about to come out. We've got the cast confirmed, it seems to be settled, and it was widely speculated that the villain was going to be a nihilist. That, however, they announced that they were searching for Silver Surfer. Okay, so that means Galactus, right? Now, what's going to happen? Sorry, I didn't mean for that to shake. Now it seems that despite all the comic book fans saying, hey, we want comic book accurate portrayal of our characters, we don't want this new stuff by all these weird writers who are just, puking up their therapy notes onto the scripts. We want actual representation of those characters. Well, Bob Iger decided to extend you a mighty big middle finger. It has been announced that Silver Surfer is going to be gender swapped and change it into a woman. So, again, according to Pirates and Princesses, when the Silver Surfer makes his debut in the MCU, he will now be a she. Only hours after winning its proxy battle against Nelson Peltz, it's been confirmed that the MCU version of the Silver Surfer will not be Norton Rad, but rather his girlfriend, Shalabal, Empress of Zinla. The female Silver Surfer will be played by Julie Garner of Ozark fame. Wow. No respect for the fans. None whatsoever. Just a giant insult. And listen, you might be saying, but Jacob, on Earth X, she is the Silver Surfer. Her and Norrin share their powers and they Silver Surf together. Don't care. I don't care about Earth X. I've never read a page of Earth X. Maybe others have. I hear it has fantastic artwork. Don't care. I want to see the Silver Surfer, especially considering how terrible Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer was. I want to see the Silver Surfer portrayed accurately with Galactus. But no, they're just going to rub it in our face. And I guarantee you they're going to do to Norrin Rad what they did to Marvel. So Captain Marvel, they gender swapped him in Captain Marvel. So we couldn't even have it that Carol Danvers was immediately Captain Marvel, which is okay. I didn't have necessarily a problem with that. but they couldn't even portray Marvel correctly. They're going to do this with Nora Rat. I guarantee you it's going to be the whole put a chick in it and make her gay and lame thing. I guarantee you that's what's coming with this. And it is just an absolute insult that Disney would do this to their fans. And I don't think that this is going to help the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Fantastic Four is most likely going to be DOA.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die